say the thing you're not supposed to say.
Let's talk about marriage.
They have like a 2-second rebound rate and you're back doing the next pain in the ass thing.
Parenting. Oh my gosh.
They have sucked the pretty right out of me. They treat me like it, and I do their laundry. Lucky me.
Sex.
I'm caught between two evils. I generally like to take the one I never tried.
Scary stuff like ghosts. I know it's totally out of left field, but just go with me on this.
Boo, you whore.
Love.
I give you what you need. That's all. I'm talking about taking care of each other the best you can. What's wrong with taking care of a woman? She takes care of you.
Friendships.
Wink and her necklace says best friends forever.
Sure you wanted to say forever? I don't think you guys will be best friends forever, no offense, but sometimes you grow apart. And maybe she'll find a new best friend. They end up doing everything together.
I knew this wasn't a me problem. Can I just tell you? Because Scott, when we do our podcast together, which is called The Scott and Sadie Show, Scott's like, your phone sounds terrible. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know anything about technology. He's more technologically inclined to know. And so I'm just like, okay. But for the past week, we log on just like you and I are doing right now from separate computers. And he's like, you sound horrible. And I'm like, okay. So tonight I thought I'm going to log on with Ryan, 2 separate computers. Usually he would sit up in the studio with me. And today he's not doing that. He's just helping me do a little experiment. But I knew it. I knew he was wrong because he's wrong, essentially, because you sound great.
What feels better? The fact that nothing is wrong and you can proceed now, or that you were right?
Oh, God. Both. Actually, more because I am in charge of doing this stuff on my own, knowing that there's nothing wrong on my end. Because when there's something wrong on my end, genuinely, I don't know how to fix it. That is one thing I will say I really miss about the radio is the fact that I'd be like, you know what? My microphone sounds weird.
That's a pretty common theme from what I've heard. You've heard that. I've heard you say that 4 or 5 times. So
it's
I get
so
it.
True. Listen, I get you loud and clear. I'm reading you, but I'm going to say it again. For the people that maybe haven't heard me say it multiple times, that was very nice because I'd be like, this doesn't sound right. And they'd be like, boop, boop, boop. And the next day, boom, bang, it worked. Now, if something goes wrong, I don't know. It's on me to figure it out. And I'm looking around going, I don't know. So
it's pretty much being an adult now.
Yeah, it's kind of being an adult.
Congratulations. You have to figure out how to pay the bills now.
I don't like that. I do not like that at all. So thank you, I guess. And then Ryan's like, well, are we going to record something? And I'm like, well, shit. Yeah, let's just jump right in there.
Let's do this.
So I saw something today, and you can do this as I'm speaking if you have yet to see this. Have you seen the Pope in his current state?
They're doing a viewing, like a public viewing. Is that what you're saying?
Have you seen him?
I have not seen him, no.
Okay, while I talk about this, I would like you to pull out your cellular phone and look up a photo of if you were to go and see the now deceased Pope Francis, which I dug the guy. I liked him. I thought he was a good, solid Pope. And then he died, which, that happens. But again, wow, you got to think the Pope just walks right through the security line at the airport. He's just he's got one of those passes like on Wayne's World where he's walks right through, right? Because he's the Pope. And so, of course, he's going to be able to get right in. That's what I kind of thought about when he died. I'm like, well, at least it was an easy transition. You know what I'm saying? Everyone I think who dies lays on their deathbed, I would imagine, and is like, ooh, there is that maybe 1% chance I just am not going to make it upstairs. And then you get scared. I don't think the Pope felt that at all.
Have you heard anyone speak ill of Pope Francis?
No, but I don't run in the circles. So
no, but that's what I'm saying. Just generally speaking, it just seems like he was just a really well-liked, respected dude.
Yeah, I liked him, but he also came after Benedict.
Yeah.
And I think that once Benedict came, really anyone could have stepped into that role and been like, better, this guy's better. I do think it's hilarious, though, how Pope Benedict just completely ghosted. He was like, you know what? This job ain't for me. And he was like, whoop, on a helicopter. And where did he even go at when he got on the helicopter?
I think he actually is there still. He's still at the Vatican.
Is he really? Why did he get on a helicopter? I distinctly remember him boarding a helicopter to leave town. And I'm like, where's he going?
Like Nixon? Good day. I'm not a crook. I'm out of here.
Kind of, yeah. That was definitely the vibe.
But so he died like 2 or 3 years ago, Pope Benedict. But I think until then, he was actually at the Vatican as well.
Wait, Pope Benedict died? Are you sure he did?
I'm pretty sure.
We're 0%.
No, I'm pretty sure. Here, look.
Talking about religion because we know.
December 31st, 2022, he died.
Okay. Someone recently told me that he was still living. Also, Scott K. James.
Shut up.
He did. He was like, no, he's alive. And I'm like, he is? Damn. Okay.
Did he say it with confidence? Like he was.
He did. And you know what? If you know me, if anyone who knows me, if you just say something with straight confidence, I swear I'll believe it every time. I'll be like, you gotta be kidding me. Are you kidding me? You don't look like you are, so I'm just gonna go with it.
I can't pronounce this word. There's a monastery that Pope Benedict XVI was at his home for almost a decade from the time he resigned in 2013 until the time of his death late in 2020. It is a quiet place inside the Vatican where the German Pope spent the last period of his life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I feel bad.
Why do you feel bad?
Well, because I don't like him. I didn't like him at all. And I don't think you should speak ill of the dead, especially
a pope.
Especially a pope. You really should.
Especially God's voice on earth.
I will tell you, Pope, I remember when Pope John Paul, I'm speaking to all you folks out there that grew up and were born and raised in Colorado, because the Pope came to Denver. And this happened probably in 1992, I would imagine. But my grandparents went.
August of 93.
Oh my God, I'm actually shocked at how close I was. But my grandparents, I remember it was a BFD. Like imagine Bono is coming to a park in Denver. And that's what happened. He came to a park, like a big park. In Denver. And my grandparents had such pride they were going to see the Pope. I mean, it was like a spiritual big deal.
So John Paul II, he came to Des Moines, where I'm from, in 79. I was born in 81. So this was 2 years before I was even born. But it was still talked into my adulthood. It was still talked about in Des Moines of that's where Pope John Paul II came. That, and then you know how people used to have like newspaper front pages used to be like art. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That was up. I could probably name a dozen different places where that was up in Des Moines. Like that piece of 1979 front page of the Des Moines Register was in this restaurant, in this office, and whatever, because everyone was just so enamored with him. Also, a super likable dude.
Yes, so super likable. I think everybody could agree. Even if you were a kid, you never heard anything bad. I just got this vibe about Pope Benedict when he came along. But maybe that's one of those situations where what huge shoes to fill? Anyone's going to look like a jerk coming in after that guy. Yeah. And so, I mean, maybe that was part of it. I just felt he was a little weird. He's like, when your sibling brings home a new spouse and you get weird vibes about it. It's kind of one of those things.
Wait, has that happened to you before? Has a sibling brought home someone new? And
never.
You're like,
no, God, no. But I'm going to edit that shit out. But what I'm going to tell you is stop it. You made me lose my train of thought by trying to stir up trouble.
Leave it in, baby.
So the thing about it is that I find really weird is that now he's on display, Pope Francis, and I am always fascinated by other cultures. And with Catholicism, I've been to many Catholic funerals because my family was Catholic growing up. And I'm speaking of again, the same grandparents that they were so excited, they were so excited to go see the Pope. Another weird core Pope memory, when he did come to Denver, I remember all the old school 9 News mofos. It was like Anchorman, only like Adele Arakawa, and Ed Sardellis was there. I'm sorry if you are not from Colorado. You don't know who these people are. But every town has, the people were on the news. And these were the people during the 90s. And I just remember that was all anyone talked about. And they did like a live broadcast and the Pope is coming in. It was just huge. Anyway, jumping back to this Pope who did pass away, who I liked the guy. I got good vibes from him. He's on display now. They're walking him around. He looks all stiff. I'm going to say.
How great are you going to look at 88 years old embalmed?
But I'm going to tell you, I have seen many old people embalmed in an open casket who look a little more relaxed.
Yeah, but he also he had heart issues. He had a stroke. Like, the guy was beaten up the last couple of years. Did you hear that? What, I don't know if it was his will. I don't know if that was the right term, but maybe it was his diary where he's talking about 2 years ago, how he felt the end of something to the phrase of, I feel the end of my earthly being coming. And so I'm preparing for what I'd like to do to lay in as a final resting place. And it was
that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. And it was such a pretty way to say it too.
Oh, that's like a really pretty way, but he made it 2 more years. You should say something like that, like a month or 6 months max before you go. 2 years. I'd be like, look at you. You thought you were going to die and it's been a whole year and a half, you big old baby.
Here it is. Pope Francis expressed his feelings about his earthly body through his last will and testament, where he stated, quote, "The sunset of my earthly life is approaching," end quote, and then detailed his wishes for his burial. The sunset of my earthly life is approaching, which is exactly something I'd say you'd think that Pope Francis would say.
Yeah.
God bless him. No pun intended.
Oh, no pun intended. But if you haven't seen a video, is it in poor taste if I post a video? It's
not, but people can look it up. It's fine. I wouldn't post it. It's just, I don't know.
I'm going to edit you out because I am going to post a video. But, I'm fascinated by this because, tell you what, that big dude's stolen my heart. I tell you.
Yeah.
It's just, what I'm fascinated by is people do this where they stuff the dead person and they'll put him in positions. Now, this I will definitely post video and pictures of. They put him in positions and then for example, I saw one where a guy who's like a fighter, like a boxer, he died. And that's really sad. And so his family set up in their living room like a kind of tiny boxing ring with a chair in the corner of the boxing ring, like where a boxer would go to sit and get pumped up, I would imagine. And they had his body positioned where it was sitting up, like it was sitting up alive. And then they had people walk through the house and look at the body as he was a fighter. Is that not the weirdest thing you've ever heard? And that's what I think of when I think of the Pope going around. Even though they haven't put him in like a ninja position or anything, it's still like, why do you got to see that?
I'm of the opinion that do what you got to do to whatever makes you and your family happy, whatever your wishes are. Do whatever you got to do. So if you want to be a boxer in the corner, have at it. You want to be a pope, that's pretty much what Vatican law will say is you have to be mourned for this amount of time, viewed for this amount of time. But if that's the thing you want to do, have at it.
Yeah, you're right. I need to be more open about shit.
But you know what's also got me thinking on this? You were talking about burial versus cremation.
Yeah.
And I remember growing up, it was like everyone was buried. I can't remember a funeral I went to where someone wasn't buried. Cremation is on the rise.
Yeah, I think people
Big
just,
time.
And I hate to say this, and this probably is in very poor taste, but when I look at Pope Francis's body. I think he looks so pumped full of chemicals and he just doesn't look right. And
Yeah.
I've seen not many. I mean, my God, I'm not the Black Widow, but I've seen people in caskets where they don't even look like themselves. They've been pumped so full of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't understand it. Maybe it's a closure thing, but to me, I just want you to just light me on fire. Now, something that I read that kind of freaked me out, because the whole idea, if you think about death and dying and then being cremated and how weird that would be, it freaked me out because I read that it takes about 2 hours to cremate a body. I don't know why in my brain I'm like 10 minutes tops. I mean, 10 minutes. And no, it's like a whole long process to cremate a body.
Have you fact checked that?
I have, yeah, 3 times, and it's all the same. So don't bother fact checking it right now.
I'm doing it right now.
Don't even matter. How dare you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 to 4 hours.
Look at that. I cut it in half. It takes that long to cremate a body.
Actual cremations, 3 to 4, and processing cremated remains. No, yeah, absolutely. So check this out. What a percentage right now in 2025 do you think for people being cremated are the cremation rates?
For 2025, I would say that it's more than being buried. I would say it is 67%.
Are you looking this up right now? 64%.
Oh, if you would have said sexy, 67, I would have been like divinity.
I
but
will say
64
sexy.
is pretty close. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine in the 60s.
The charts of how it's risen. And this is U.S., not across the world. The U.S. So 65% in 2025. The year we graduated, 2000, graduated high school. What was it?
2001.
Well, yeah, I graduated 2000, you graduated 2001, but what was the percentage then?
What was the percentage then? Probably 20.
26.
Oh my God. I'm really good at guessing the percentage game.
You're
shocked.
pretty good. But isn't that about make sense? Like, okay, a fourth of the people around 2000,
yeah,
right, cremated. It was rare. It happened, whatever. Now it's a majority, right? 65. And they say by the year 2045, so in 20 years, it'll be over 80%.
People just are not interested in being buried anymore. What do you think that reason is? Do you think the reason is because they don't want to take up space? Do you think that the reason is the idea of it freaks them out? But why wouldn't the idea of it freak them out back in the day? Why more and more?
I think that, well, being on religion, this is just me armchair experting this. I think people have been disassociating from organized religion a little bit, right? I think that's one thing. I think the second thing is, space, and like where there used to be on the outside of town, the cemetery. Now cemeteries are like in town. We drive by them. I drive by them to soccer practice every day. And it's just kind of a weird thing. I think that people have had a fear of being like buried alive, I think plays into a small percentage of that, right? And then just the fact of like, I don't like that. I don't like my family's just 6 feet in a ground over there.
Well, and you know what I always think of, and this makes me sad. I always think of this with my grandma. It's cold. Sometimes I look outside and it looks cold outside, and I think, it's cold. Is she cold right now? Or it's dark. It's so dark out. And in where she's at, it's really dark, and that upsets me too. And so I feel like part of me, and I have to say, I'm pretty sure every single person in my family is 1,000% on board when it comes to being cremated. But
so then what does that mean because the funerals that we've been to where there's a cremation, there is no casket. It's just the cremated remains. And I will tell you that I have not loved that, because the last few that we've been to that are, really close in our inner circle of people, it's been tough because I never got to see them. Right. They were passed. They were out of town. And then by the time I was there, they were cremated. So I didn't like that.
Yeah. It's like, but I mean, would you have wanted to see the dead body?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I would have.
I never want to see the dead body, but my disgusting curiosity always walks up to the casket.
It's not curiosity for me. It's 100% closure.
Really?
Yeah.
See, it's always been upsetting to me because they never look like they did. They look like a shell.
Yeah, but I mean, they look like a shell, but at least it's like in my mind, like one of my best friends that passed away, Steve, or Bud, our brother-in-law, that passed away. We never got to see them. They were just one time we saw them, and then we never did again. And that kind of, I don't like that. I need that closure.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But so what do you do for, I don't know, because you'd want almost like if I had to draw it up, I'd have a funeral or like an open casket and then be cremated. Is that a thing?
I think if you have money, anything is a thing. They'll do what that you want to do. I mean, I think that if you want to, but I don't know. Is that what you want? I feel like we should talk about what we want to just.
That's what I would want.
You want to be embalmed, and then you want people to come look at you dead.
Is that possible?
Anything's possible. And then when you're done, instead of putting you in a casket. So there wouldn't be that casket ceremony where you would be lowered down.
No.
Married.
No one would want that. But I would want like my loved ones to be able to, if they didn't have a chance to have closure or see me, I'd want that for them.
Would I be allowed to pose your body as your wife?
Any way that you would like.
He's playing soccer.
He loved it.
They're like, he didn't even like soccer. Shut up. No, I would never do such a thing. And I also think open casket funerals are something that are disappearing as well. Maybe I'm not seeing as much because of the cremation statistic, but I'm just saying, I don't know. It just seems, it seems like I'm not seeing that as much to where that used to be the thing. Another thing that used to be a thing, and this might just have been my freaky ass family, but taking pictures of people in their caskets, that was a thing. And if you go to my family's house and go through like photo albums, it's like, oh, here's your Aunt Susan. And then, oh, here's Sadie, on her first grade performance. Oh, and there's Uncle Gene, and he's in the casket.
And there he is.
And they're just like mixed in with super normal pictures. It's like Katie turns 12, and here's Ethel in her casket. And you think, what the fuck? Whose idea was it to bring? Because it was a Polaroid, you guys. They didn't. It's like nobody had like a camera. This was Polaroid time. So like the light flicked up, and it was like, and it came out. So it had to have been accepted, I guess.
Accepted, like people did that? Yeah, I'm sure. People used to take death photos, like and have them up.
Yeah, that's where they would like dress them up. That was the OG.
You know what I kind of have? Maybe this is like the experiencing all those funerals back to back, or it so happened that Coco came out. But the culture where you put someone's photo in your life on like a mantle, or what do they call those? I don't know. I'm going to mess it up. I have no idea, so I don't even want to try. But you know how in Coco,
like
people lived in
somebody?
It's a vigil, but I forget the term, and someone's screaming right now probably that it's this. I want to say hacienda, but that's obviously wrong.
Is it a Spanish word?
I think it is.
I won't know that then.
All right.
Is this the same thing that they have sometimes at nail salons with the Buddha and they put fruit by it?
Ofrenda and ofrenda.
Why would you think anyone would even know that?
Because I'm sure that someone knows it. I'm completely mispronouncing it or giving you the most white Anglo-Saxon pronunciation of it ever. An ofrenda, beautifully decorated altars where families place photos of deceased relatives. Crucial role in how deceased can cross over the bridge to the land of the living. Just for their loved ones to celebrate them on the Day of the Dead. I kind of like that idea.
Well, I would have never guessed that. I gave you like a ton of options, like mural. Is it a visual? Is it, what is it? And you're going to throw something at me. That's so unsatisfying because I didn't get any of that.
Okay.
We are officially out of time. Now that we know what Ryan wants to do to be embalmed, playing soccer, stood up. People walk through the house to look at him. And then when that's all done, he's going to be cremated, which we've learned tonight, it takes 3 to 4 hours. Also, did you know that if you were cremated, like my neck, I had surgery on my neck and they put a nickel piece in it? Well, you can choose when being cremated if you have a fake hip, if you have a fake knee, if you have an additional thing that's been added to you, you can donate that to somebody who maybe needs a hip replacement but can't afford the equipment that they put into you. And so that's also another. The whole episode is going to be titled Death. And I will
come up with something better than that.
I will end this episode by saying, I just want to be cremated. I want to be put in an urn, and I want to follow you wherever you are at, Ryan. I want to be on the nightstand. You bring a hoochie into our home or any home at all. And I don't want any of this. I want you to move on. I don't want any of that. You are going to die missing me, and I'm going to wait for you at the gates. And I'm going to be so excited to see you. And you had better not have any other titty experience after my death. I will be beyond livid with you.
God, I love you so much.
And I'm not done yet. So what I want you to do is I want you to put the urn in every room you go to. I want you to be that known as the weird urn guy. But that's what I want. That's all I want. I don't think it's a lot. I think it's a simple ask. And I hope everybody has a great night, and we'll talk tomorrow.
I can't tell you what I want. Okay.
You're going to be playing soccer.
Good night.
Thank you again for listening, and thank you to my wonderful show sponsors, Garage Door Service and Sales, Christiana Salon Spa, and of course, Wilbur's Total Beverage. It is not a bad idea if you have family like mine to start stocking up for the holidays. You know what I'm talking about. I am talking about stocking up on everybody's favorite drink. For my dad, it doesn't matter if there's 10 feet of snow outside. He wants an ice cold Corona with lime. You can get that at Wilbur's. The ladies in my house during the holidays, we like to crock pot apple cider with caramel vodka and make kind of like a caramel apple drink. They have that at Wilbur's Total Beverage. Ryan, what do you like? What's your favorite holiday spirit?
Noku.
Oh, Nuku. I forgot about Nuku. If you have not tried it, you have to try this. Oh my God. It's like a cream-based drink.
Every single person. I mean, when you give somebody a drink, everyone's kind of like, oh yeah, not my thing. Good. Love it. Every single person
loves Noku.
Everyone.
And also, it's a great time to start buying gifts for the holidays. Everybody, again, I'm going to push that Noku again since you brought that up. Oh, that sounds so good. It's so smooth and it's local. And when you go to Wilbur's Total Beverage, you're buying local and you're buying from a family business. They're in town. They care about their business. They care about their customers. They care about their community. And damn it, they care about this podcast, which is why they are such great sponsors. Thank you to them, Wilbur's Total Beverage. And thank you to you for listening. And we will be back tomorrow.